Okay, this is Fabulous Friday. My only sad thing is this is day 5 of 5. So that means this group, this 55 plus panel that you guys are watching, you've been watching them all week. These guys represent what Facebook is telling us is the top contributors out of our top 30 out of all you 2,400 of us now. Um, these these people represent a lot of activity, either commenting, posting, or whatever within our family. So it's been fun to hear from all of you this week. Today, you're going to hear your final one, and I know we're going to end this week with a powerful message. And I'm going to share with you right now the topic that these three mighty people are sharing with us. Okay. So, well, first of all, it is Fabulous Friday. And of course, the theme for the entire week has been Together We Are Stronger. And we are seeing that, you guys. Your comments this week have been powerful. And of course, the topic we're having today on Fabulous Friday, the end of this week of panels, is actually embrace change, because satisfaction does follow change, even though none of us want to change. It does, satisfaction will follow. And so I'm going to have them share their perspective on change that they've had to make, but yet have found some satisfaction on the other side of that. And David has been kind enough to go first. So, David, tell us what perspective you've reached when you do change, but you've been able to find satisfaction from it.
That's the changes with I eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables now. Before I didn't, you work your job, you just grab whatever's there. It's like, but now it's like I pack my fruit, I pack my vegetables, and it's like during the day, because my job, I drive from store to store, so it's like I have everything in the car with me. I got ice packs and everything there. But I eat fresh fruit all Monday through Friday. I'll eat fresh fruit and fresh vegetables, and like during the week, I'll make vegetables with dinner. Uh, but like I said, fresh fruit is like, especially like now it's the season. It's watermelon and cherries.
Love watermelon.
Oh yeah, watermelon. They said watermelon's like one of the best fruits to eat.
Love it. Yeah.
And then I
So,
mean,
so before you made that change, because you're saying you're driving from place to place to place to place at work, right?
yeah.
So before you made that change, what were you eating? Were you just doing fast drive up windows, or what were you eating before?
Well, say I go into supermarket, so it's like I eat junk that they have. So it's like sometimes it was good. Like sometimes I'll go to the salad bar or something, but it's like you don't always eat everything good off the salad bar either. So
Yeah. So you control it because you take what you're going to eat, you take it
yes,
with you. You take the time to do that. Yeah. Well,
yep,
and that's a planned effort, right?
right. And then with now it's like we pack my wife packs the fruit and the vegetables, but it's like we cut them. It's like I'll go shopping on Saturday, pick up all the fruit and vegetables, and then Sunday we cut everything up, and then she packs the fruit and vegetables for me and her each day. So it's like, I mean, we it when each season you get a different fruit. So it's like I said, right now it's watermelon and cherries,
Mhm.
and then cantaloupe, and I like eating peaches, plums. So I like any kind of fruit. So
Mhm. So are you noticing a difference in how you feel? Are you feeling the satisfaction of taking that extra effort to plan
oh
those?
yeah, because you figured, because I do DDPY every morning, so I get up like before I go to work. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do my DDP yoga. So because I don't want to do it in the evening, because in the evening you're always tired. So it's easier this way. It's the first thing I do in the morning. And then, I do eat my breakfast, get ready for work, go to work, go to this store, go to that store.
What time you're getting up at 4? What time do you actually leave for work?
7.
Okay. So you allow
You figure I do at least 45 minutes to an hour of DDPY, and then after that I'll eat my breakfast, drink my coffee, get ready for work, and I leave at 7, and I go to my first stop and then take it from there. It's like, but like I said, mostly I eat my stuff in the car because you figure I'm driving most of the time. So
yeah. But it's it's planning that has given you that change.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you figure with fruit, you're not stuck with like I have to eat this one fruit. It's like, no, you can eat whatever fruit you want. It's just a matter of the preparation and stuff, because some fruits are messy. So
yeah.
But then with the vegetables, it's like, I eat carrots, celery, cucumbers, broccoli, and the cherry tomatoes.
Uh-huh.
So, and then I eat that, and then, but because my diabetes has been acting up again, my endocrinologist has me on eating a protein with my vegetables.
Yes. Yep. So do you take a protein with you then as well?
Yeah.
Stuff you pack? And what protein do you take usually?
Usually it's cottage cheese, because that's the easiest thing. That's the easiest thing to pack, and is the quickest thing to eat. So I don't have to make the mess. Like if you take chicken or meat or something like that, it's usually messy. So
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, David, the change that you and your wife are willing to make, that isn't like every American is going to make that change. But
no.
But yet you making that uncomfortable change is also giving you satisfaction that you're controlling, like grabbing the wrong thing when you're in those grocery stores, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah. Every once in a while I'll still do it. It's just that you have control over it. It's like you don't like grab everything. It's like you grab like one little thing. It's like, okay, this won't hurt, because plus with working in the stores, I do get all my steps in. I get 10,000 to 12,000 steps a day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. When I don't even I take my app and I put everything I want in the app, and I just go pick up the groceries. They're already pulled for me because I don't want to wander aisles. I don't want to take the time to wander the aisles, but also I don't want to see the things that I knew at one point kind of owned me. For me, it was chocolates, candy, it was all that. And they always put that stuff where you go to check out. So,
Always.
Yeah. So for me, that one change in how I would just pick up the groceries instead of going inside was a change that helped me to own my life, right? So
Exactly.
I love that you guys are prepping like that, because it is an excuse anybody could use, David, that no, I work.
Sometimes, I mean, like the week we were on vacation, we didn't do vegetables and fruit that week because we were home all day. So it's like we just ate we still ate fruits and vegetables, but we didn't go through all the packing out for it.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you're living proof then that you can be in and out of places all day long for work. A, you're getting your steps in, but B, you've already planned to win before you even left the house each morning at 7 in the morning. Yeah. Good for you. And I love your habit of doing DDPY first thing in the morning, because for you, by evening. Now, I have some people that work that honestly, they do theirs when they come home. They do them at 5 or 6 at night. They'll do their walk, their treadmill, and a DDPY workout. But that works for them. They're not morning people, and that works.
Right. But doing it early in the morning gets me started up. So it's like,
too.
most of the workouts are cardio, so it's like I'm all amped up and ready to go.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, awesome. Awesome. Well, we'll come back to you though here again. Now we're going to head up to Cheryl. She gets to represent the girls on this side of the panel. So,
Thanks, Pam.
Cheryl, I know that you have made changes. Actually, your whole family keeps making changes to find
Yes.
their way towards health. Go ahead and share with us what your perspective has been on you having to change things, but you've been satisfied with some result.
I guess just the way we eat. We have a 16-year-old son that is autistic, so we have to change kind of the way we eat and stuff and show him the right ways and everything. Like David, my diabetes has been acting up. It's back under control again, finally. The other weekend we had 3 of the grandkids. I was actually able to get on the floor with them and wrestle with them. I had all 3 of them at one time on top of me. And no, that did not include little Miss Rosie. She was not here at that point. And then also I only have to see my hematologist once a year right now. Hopefully won't have to go back through the bone marrow biopsy. And I'm going to be going back to work here soon. I work at the school kitchen here at the high school here in town. And I'm in charge of the fruit and veggie bar. So it's actually fairly easy for me once I get to working to just grab that for lunch instead of, packing or whatever and grabbing junk food. And hopefully I'll be able to stand and move a little bit better, prepping all those veggies and stuff for the kiddos. So
what would you describe has been your toughest thing to change?
My eating.
Yeah. A specific time of day or a specific food group that's hard to walk away from?
It's more the time of day with my acid reflux. I got to really watch what I eat and when I eat it, because the later I get at night, the worse it is. So
yeah, in the evening was when my husband and I did what they refer to as mindless eating. We always sitting in front of the TV. It's you go into the kitchen, grab something for me. So the evening around TV was my danger spot.
Right, and that's kind of the way we are. So,
so that's been a real key change, is being careful the time of day that you eat. Is that what you're saying, kind of for you?
Yep.
And you've influenced your family on this journey too, correct? You and Rick.
Yes. In fact, if Rick asks for a snack, I'll grab him like a fruit or a veggie as I'm going to the fridge or whatever if we're watching a show.
I love
and hand it to him. So
yeah. I remember the speaker once said, there's a single person and a single person. You put them together as a couple. They're not just the power of 2 people. Now they become the power of 11. 11. And I really feel you guys in the challenge. David, you said it as well. You and your wife doing this together. So if people take their significant other that's around them, and if you can pull in the same direction, it is powerful how much I wouldn't say it's easy, because I don't think any part of these changes are easy, but it is powerful how much simpler it is if 2 of you are working with the same thought process on it. Wouldn't you say?
And I do work out with DDPY with Rick whenever he is off.
Oh, wow.
So, and when he isn't off, I usually go for walks or whatever. Take our husky dog with us, which really gets my steps in.
Our dog passed away, but I told my husband when we go to get another one, it's got to be a good walker, because I want a partner. I want a partner. Okay, so let's see. So let's Rick, I'm going to have you unmute yourself. And okay. So if you haven't caught on, many of you already know, but if you haven't caught on, Cheryl and Rick are husband and wife. And the funny thing, I sent Rick a message this morning. So I'm forever getting stuff from Facebook as the admin to our 55 plus group. And this morning they said, you want to know something about tracking something? And I thought, oh, sure, let's click on it, see what they want to tell me today. And they wanted to tell me the top 3. Ironically, Rick, out of 2,000 and nearly 400 of us now, today you're in 3rd place for contributing to our family. I'll never figure out how they do what they do, but it has something to do with your activity within here. And I thought, isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? So Rick, I know you have some thoughts because I know you've headed up. You actually stepped into this change journey first, and then you kind of started influencing your family, right?
Yeah.
So tell us what that was like.
They wouldn't do it with me until they started seeing the progress. And so now Cheryl, one of my daughters, my son once in a while, and my brother is now getting very interested in it. So it's easy to get people started on it if they see the progress that you're making. Oh,
Yeah. I know it's emotional for you because you love people so much. You want to make a difference in your family, don't you?
yes, not only in my family, but friends and even people in this group, because they've made a huge difference in my life, and it's just amazing. You have a group of friends that you've never met but are as close to you as almost family. So it's a unique situation.
Yeah, it is powerful. It is absolutely powerful how much we relate to one another. We're all from different backgrounds, 4 different time zones. I mean, we're all, well, more than that, because we've got people in our 55 plus that are overseas in the UK and all those places.
It's amazing.
But it is beautiful how we lift one another up on these journeys. So if you were to describe, Rick, what was the hardest change you personally made on this journey that at least when you first started it, you thought, boy, this is going to be really rough? What would that change be?
I would say my mindset, it has changed tremendously. I mean, I was laying there waiting to die, and now I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm changing my final chapters from the end to living happily ever after. It's amazing. And I finally had got in to see the back surgeon because I've got bad back problems, had them for 30 some years, and finally got in to see him. He had a cancellation and called me Friday and said, hey, we can get you in on Tuesday. So I was all excited, and then over the weekend he had a heart attack. So I didn't get my appointment. But instead of feeling sorry for myself or saying woe is me, it excited me, gave me another obstacle to overcome and go to plan B. First thing, of course, I do is the PT for low back. I do it twice a day when I get up and before I go to bed. And then I'll do like a standing workout to stretch out my feet and my ankles and stuff because I'm on my feet all night. So it just, instead of getting down, I was happy about it. I'm glad he's all right and they caught it soon enough. But
Yeah.
Just on to the next.
Yeah. Well, if people follow you do videos, I think every single day I see a video of yours. And I would say
I've been busy, so I haven't been able to as much. So,
but it's real often. And I would say your mindset is what I feel like you're incredibly transparent. You're facing battles, right? And you're transparent about
we all are.
Exactly. But I love that you're transparent about it. Like, okay, here is the problem. It's this, but I'm going to do this with that problem. And just like what you just said with your doctor, technically that's kind of a bad thing, except for you flipped it around, right?
It's only bad, and you only have bad days if you let it be a bad day. You can make great things out of literally anything.
Yeah. Now, Rick, in case some haven't heard before, the career that you have, because you just mentioned you're on your feet a lot with the back problem
Yeah.
at work. Explain to the crowd here what you do for a living.
Uh, we make test tubes, and the plant that I work at actually supplies like 3/4 of the world's test tubes. And it's 12. Well, actually, I'm a setup, so I run the line. It's sometimes 13, 14-hour shifts with no breaks. Uh, under machines, around machines, breaking people out, breaking machines. But that's what I do.
Yeah. So technically, every pound you lose and every flexibility you gain are going to help you to even in your career path, correct?
Oh, absolutely. You don't see pictures of me doing I take them and I'm working on it, but the roundhouse and stuff, because there's no need for me to do that particular move at work. I know it judges how flexible you are and helps your flexibility, but I've been working on bending over, knee droppers, getting up and down, because that's what really affects me. And that right now I'm sitting on the steps, which is something I couldn't do 4 weeks ago.
Wow.
So this shirt is I don't know if you can see it, but it says, "Are you serious, Clark?" It was from like 4 Christmases ago. We started a family tradition that each part of our family we buy Christmas pajamas,
Oh,
and each year they're different, but each group of the family has a different pajama. Mine's never been able to fit me because they didn't have 7 jumbo in Christmas pajamas. So this year we got a goal of wearing our Christmas pajamas on Christmas morning and all doing the stretch Christmas stretch one that Dallas and Paige does,
yes.
and we're going to do it. So,
Oh my
and it's a new family tradition we're starting.
God. I can't wait to see that video. And we got to make sure that Dallas and Paige get to see that too. I'm telling you what,
Oh, absolutely.
their Christmas, every Christmas thing that they do, I watch it and work out to it because it takes my mindset. Now, if Christmas is negative, and it is negative for some people because they're really missing someone that's gone, right? So
Yep.
if it is that to someone, then don't do those workouts. But if you connect Christmas to a really happy memory and stuff, those are phenomenal workouts to do.
Oh,
So
I know.
yeah, yeah. Well, um, it's pretty powerful the pain that you're overcoming and still moving this forward. And really, when we're talking about the changes, even that you are continuing to make, and David, your wife as well, these changes, change is not an easy thing, but it's beautiful to see what it's giving each of us, right? I mean, that's
Life.
yes, life. Oh, for sure, life. Yeah. And like you said, Rick, I didn't know I had nothing left to live for when I started. January 20th, 2022. I had nothing. Had no mobility. So there was nothing left to do. So it's pretty powerful, the stories that we're seeing in here of people that they understand pain, they understand mobility issues, but they're pushing past them. And you guys are three more beautiful examples that people should be following what you're posting because you're so relatable, you guys, and you're so kind to one another, and it's huge.
Thank you.
It's huge. Now I want to do one more round around here just to see if there's anything you can think of that you feel you want to share with the family before we close this out. And David, we'll start with you and then go Cheryl and back to Rick. David,
Okay.
any thoughts?
Oh yeah, because now with eating habits, it's like I stop eating at 7 o'clock at night. I make sure, I still drink water or whatever, but no, I stop eating totally at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it's another thing that you've put into your life. That's a change that you
Right. 'Cause
ultimately.
that cuts back on my sugar. So when I check my blood in the morning, it's supposed to be under 150, which it has been. So
All right.
Yeah. I talk to people often. If you've ever been to a bowling alley, you can get where they put these bumpers all the way down the lane. So when you throw your ball, it's just going to bounce and will hit at least one pin, right? They're like bumpers.
yeah,
I feel when you pick a time, whatever that is, like you just said, you picked 7 o'clock. And if you make whatever that is, I'm not going to go past that line. To me, it's like a bumper that protects us for a lifetime, right? So that's a powerful change, David. I really recommend that to anybody. If you know there's a weakness on the other side of that particular time, just set that as no, I'm done. My mom, who passed away in December, lived with us 15 years. So I would say when I have an app that I would shut off, I'm done eating, right? And so whenever I would do that, she would start making popcorn sometimes. It smelled unbelievable. And she would come to me and say, I have popcorn for you. And her popcorn was so good in the old pan thing, really good popcorn. And I'm like, oh, great. Could you save that for me so I can have that like when I start to eat tomorrow? And I am so not kidding. When I would start to eat the next morning, it would be the first thing I'd have, popcorn. But it showed me that, Pam, you can still have something. Now, she caught on after a while, thank goodness, that she would come to me and say, do you want popcorn? And I could say no. But initially, lip was out like, what do you mean you won't eat it? And so I had to kind of get her used to the idea that, I'm a grown adult, 69 years old mom. I want to eat when I want to eat, right? And what I want to eat. But it's powerful when you make that decision, it changes everything. So I love that, David. Any other thoughts, David?
just I mean, I haven't taken red meat totally out of our diet, but it's like we eat a lot more chicken and fish.
Mhm.
But because the red meat is what kind of hindered my sugar too, because you figure with the red meat you want potatoes and the bad starches.
Yeah. So in your case, you knew that meat would parallel to I gotta have potatoes. Is that what?
Yep.
Yep. You gotta know where the hole in your boats are. So yeah, that's a good buffer to put in if that's what you need, right? And
Right.
we can all be uniquely different in how we approach our nutrition pillar. But you have to figure out what if you start this one direction, and in your case, evidently, if you start towards red meat, it's going to mean choices that aren't so good for your health, huh?
Correct.
Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. Okay. I'm going to have you unmute yourself, Cheryl. I only mute you guys opposite because there seems to be some kind of a background noise. But okay, Cheryl, what else would you like to share with our family?
Basically just if you can get your family to do it and get them to do it with you, that's a big thing. And eat the right stuff.
Yeah, I wish I could go back in time and have done things different for our children. Taught them the value of the exercise, going out for walks and things, and the value of, I really didn't, we just lived a fast lifestyle, right? Always work, work, work. So everything was, what TV dinners would you guys all like, right? And I would
Yep.
buy the cheapest TV dinners. So those were always like really quite junk. They were full of all the gluten and all the stuff that was just so nasty, And but now I talk to them about it as grown adults with their own children, right? But yeah, it's you guys, even now your family gatherings, Cheryl, when you guys get together for family gatherings, you're also adding things into your menu, right? That you guys take stuff off of the app, correct? Recipes.
Oh yeah.
She has posted some great pictures, by the way, but you make me hungry, so I don't necessarily like to see it. But yes, you've been taking menus off of the app and making them.
Yep. I think it was over the 4th of July. I did a lot of them and then our other people that weren't eating that started eating it, and I'm like, so I really didn't say much, and then they were like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "That's healthy stuff." They're like, "What? That tastes good." I'm like, "Never mind."
That's so great. Yeah. Yeah. So you are influencing everybody because you're starting to put those recipes right into your family events.
Yep. I think over half of our 4th of July food was healthy.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. So many traditions wrap around our holidays that there's just a lot of violation of a lot of junk around the food. And if we can just sneak in some of the healthier choices in there that we know we can at least eat, even if our guests won't, that's powerful.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Rick. Oh, you have to unmute yourself. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's one reason why we had separate phones today, because I wanted to sit on the stairs to show off. But I'm now numb from the waist down, but we will not talk about that. All I can think of really is, they say after death, your brain lives on for 7 minutes. So you can think and review the precious moments you have in your life. And I'm going to make each day from now on, make that highlight reel. And I want everybody else to live that way. All the rest stuff is commercials. Let's make the 7-minute highlight reel from now on. Live life to the fullest. It's great.
I'll tell you what, when you fight for health, it does change everything. Absolutely everything.
Yep.
Even my ability to care for my mom. She'd lived with us 15 years, but because I got my mobility back, my energy back, I was able to take her on a dream trip of hers through the Midwest. We flew into one state, got a rent a car, and drove to 4 states. Everybody she wanted to see so bad. I could have never done that, you guys, because I could have never taken her suitcase, her walkers, and all the stuff I had to do just to get her in and out of a hotel or out of a home that we were visiting at the time. But we hit all 4 states. She had the time of her life. And I couldn't have given her that gift, you guys, had I not got my health back. So it's right. You're right, Rick. We can make a difference, and we can make so many memories that we can look back at on those last few minutes and say, boy, I'm glad I did that. Right?
Thanks for doing that for your mom. I know it meant the world to her. We took care of my grandpa or grandma when I was growing up, and it means the world to them. It takes special, strong person to do that. So thank you.
Oh, you're so sweet. But it is about fighting for our health. It gives us options. We we can lose those options when we lose our health. And by all of us fighting our way back, it is really the fountain of youth. It really is, because the more mobility we gain back, or energy. That's the thing that I really, my husband laughs. We will be married 49 years this fall. And my husband says, your energy's really back. I'm like, I know. You'll have to deal with it, because I am. I wake up different, not lethargic. I was so lethargic. I mean, seriously, everything wore me out. And
Yep.
it's beautiful. Well, love you guys so much. Thank you for coming on and sharing your journey with our 55 plus. You are a powerful ending to a powerful week, but I will on another occasion. I'm going to do this again. I don't know if I'll do it every month or what, but do a week of panels. It's just the contributors for the whole week, because you guys, everybody relates to a different story. And you guys have the heartbeat, because you're the ones that are involved the most within our family here. So I can't thank you enough, because you guys, seriously, I consider us all family, and I consider you guys
Amen.
my closest family members you're in the battle right with me, right? To make sure to inspire and empower and all of that in our family here. So thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Love you.
And everybody in the group, thank you. It's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks so much, guys.